Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Fred and Friends. I'm your host, Fred Schultz, and I've been back from Cup for over a week now. Actually, just a week. I came back last Tuesday, and I got to tell you, I'm still rolling over that. I had such a great time there. One thing that's really special for me is seeing all my old friends and getting to meet a lot of new ones. And I mean, it was a banner time. Had an absolutely terrific time. And tonight, I've got some great guests on tonight. I've got a couple of ladies on tonight that I think they're extremely good for paintball. They're, I'm probably going to butcher everybody's name, but you can read it on the ticker. I got it on the ticker. That's why I cover my butt. So if you can't read it, then that's on you. So, but we're going to have a good time. These guys, I've been waiting to have them on, and it should be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about the NXL, the tournament that just happened a week ago. And Tom Cole did a great job. It was a heck of an event. It really, really was. It was amazing. Even the probably 4,000 or 5,000 cars that were out in that parking lot. That was also very amazing. It was just a very, very good time. So we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight with my guests. And then we're also going to talk about the WCPL coming up. Hey, Chris Sierra, Chris, I was going to mention you in a little bit. Check out the jersey, Chris. I got this from Chris, and I got this from Nancy Chalua Singh. I know I butchered your name, Nancy, but you're just Nancy to me. Anyhow, I got this jersey, and I absolutely love it. And I told him I was going to wear it on the first show when I got back, and I'm wearing it right now, man. It's very cool. And, the Maui Misfits, real quick, Chris and Nancy, they worked very, very hard to get these kids over to the World Cup. Now, coming from Hawaii, it's not like, driving, not even like flying from California. I mean, it's a long, long flight, and it took a lot of money to get them there. And with the fires in Maui this last year, a lot of ways that they raised money kind of went out the door. So, I applaud them very much. I think what they do for paintball is terrific, and there's a lot of great people that do that. And the more I look around and the more I see these people, the better I feel about the sport growing, because I've worked a lot of years to grow this sport. And obviously, none of us are going to last forever, and some of us are really on a downhill slide. But the point being is, I think we're going to leave it in good hands when we finally bow out of this sport. So I think there's some great people coming up, and I have some of them on the show tonight. I think, if you ever wanted to pass the baton, I got 3 people on the show tonight that I think are great baton grabbers. I think they do very well for our sport, and you definitely should applaud them. They're absolutely terrific. So a couple things I want to go ahead and mention. Gumby, Stefan, how you doing, buddy? Matter of fact, I got some stuff for you too for the Maui Misfit fundraiser we did, but I'm not going to send it to you because I'm coming down to LA next week, because I'm going to do the 11th annual event, the fundraiser. It's Lynn Trong. This is, I think, her 11th, it's her 11th year now. She did it 10 years in a row, and she raises money for just a super good cause. And we're going to go down there, and my friend Keith Kissel and I are going to go down there, and we're going to actually set the studio up, and we're going to go live from down there. And it is December 3rd, and it's in Paris, California, and it's at Action Star Games down there, and I can't wait to go down and do it. But Nancy, I love the jersey too, man. I really do. I think it's very cool. I think what you guys do for paintball, those kids look so happy when they were down there, and I just know that it was tough. And yeah, Gumby, I definitely will be there, and I'm looking forward to seeing you too. And I hope more of the clowns show up. The clowns usually show up down there. David Justin, the Reaper, he's going to be there. Bud Orr and I are going to go live from down there, so it should be pretty cool. And Stefan Snow, Lynn's game is epic, nonstop playing all day. All right, I'm looking forward to it, man. We got Rob Walker, watching, and he's saying Biff, Biff, Biff. Now, everybody knows the Biffer. The Biffer is from Illinois. Now, I don't hold that against him because Dan Colby's from Illinois. So I put up with Biff from Illinois. But Biff and I have been friends for a long, long time. Great, great guy. Absolutely terrific. So, and you're going to like my guests tonight. They're pretty cool. Matter of fact, I'm going to probably get them rolling and go have a sandwich or something. You know, I mean, let them deal with the show. They're so cool. They're so cool. Anyhow, let me see what I got here now. Okay. And I got to thank Gino from Belkin. You know, everybody asks me, what's your favorite paint? Well, heck, I don't know. You know, I mean, he gave me the cool shirts. He gave me 3 of them, man. Got my name on them and everything like that. Absolutely love them. You know, Gino, I mentioned Gino in the shout outs because, you know, everybody used to know Gino as the big guy, the big Belkin guy, you know, yada, yada, yada. What the guy does behind the scenes for paintball is it's absolutely incredible. It's very, very good. And he's a terrific guy. He really, really is. I think the world of him. And I'll talk someday. I'll put him back on the show sometime. You know, he comes on once in a while. Last time he was on, he fell asleep, and we watched his ceiling of his place for, I don't know, about 35 minutes. I kept yelling, Gino, wake up, wake up. And finally he wakes up and he goes, oh man, did I fall asleep? He goes, was I snoring? And I go, oh my God, it was unreal. They were registering it in Berkeley out here at the Seismic Center. But, you know, I won't get into that either because, you know, Gino's my buddy. And, you know, I already talked about Lynn's thing. Now, the first WCPL of the year is going to be the 10th and the 11th of February, and it's at SC Village. Now, if you guys have never played SC Village, you're going to definitely want to put that on your bucket list. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, Gio has got things that he picks up from the movie sets and stuff. He's got like statues out there that are like 30 feet tall. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Now, the WCPL, we're going to do it in the woods down there because, you know, he's got like a gazillion and a half acres. But, you know, if you ever get a chance, you're going to want to go down and check that out. As a matter of fact, Gio and I are going to be doing a few more things this coming next year because this year is almost done. And you're going to want to be looking forward to that because it's going to be pretty cool. But we're going to play the 10th and the 11th of February is the first WCPL tournament of the year. And it is going to be at SC Village down there. And get a chance, you want to go down and check it out. And I actually have the schedule. We're getting close to the schedule for the rest of the WCPL tournaments. Tim Schloss is still going to be in October. Florida one's still going to be in April. But what we're doing is we're kind of jockeying around the dates a little bit so we don't step on anybody else's toes. And there's also better times for flights than there is other times. So we're working on that right now. We should have that up and running by next week. And the same thing for New York. New York will still be in June. And then I have my second one in August. But there's going to be another story about that. I might not bring the second one out here to Northern California. I might bring it to Texas. That's right. I might take that down to Texas. I'm working on that right now. You know, I love California. Obviously, I'm here. I don't want to be hung. But anyhow, you know, it's cool up here. But you know, we want to kind of spread the WCPL out a little bit, and we've got offers to go to Mexico. We've got offers to go to Canada, and we love them places. But we're trying to get ourselves established here in the U.S. first. So we think Texas would be another great venue. So that's what I'm working on. So that's more to come. But whether it's in Texas or it's in California, it's going to be in August. So that's one thing you can count on. So let me give my shout outs real quick so I can bring these people out here. And this should be pretty cool. We've got I always start every week with Tim Schloss. Now, Tim Schloss owns Gateway Paintball, and he is actually where the last of the WCPL tournaments is in St. Louis. And he has tiger stripe camouflage. And Tim has been my friend for, like 35 years. That's how far back we go. It's a nicer guy. Him and his wife, Terry, you'll never meet a nicer couple. He has worked so hard for paintball over the years and is still working extremely hard for paintball. And so he just has my utmost respect, and I love the guy. You know, I mean, Tim Schloss is like family to me. Same way with Bud Orr. Bud Orr's like family to me too. So, but Tim, I know you're watching. You watch every week. Matter of fact, call in later on when I stop talking. And don't say that's going to be in 45 minutes. Okay. All right. So, and then I got to say hi every week to Dan and John Colby. Been my sponsors for 30 some years. Started with Air America and now Immortal Air. Great, great guys. Danny and I, we talked earlier today. Terrific, man. Really, really is. And Danny has the field in Florida right now. It's Panhandle Paintball, and that's where the third in the WCPL series is going to be. And it's going to be in April, but we're working on the weekend right now. We're going to shift it from the weekend we had last year. We might jump it up a weekend. So we're seeing it. You'll know more next week when I know, and we'll go ahead and we'll post it. And then Bud Orr. Bud was going to come on tonight. Love the guy. Him and I go back with all these guys like 35 years. But Bud's a great guy. He ended up having a problem, had to run to the emergency room. And he's back home. And I know he's watching, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get on or not. So, but Bud, I love you. Heal up. Hey, you quit screwing yourself up. Come on, man. You do that all the time. You don't have to prove you're macho. We all know you're macho. So you don't have to do all this stuff to hurt yourself today. Hey, look at me. All right. So anyhow, moving on. Tom K. Airgun Designs was my second sponsor for years and years and years with the Automag. Still love the Automag. Shoot an autococker now, but still love the Automag. Absolutely terrific. And then Rainey and Juvie Boucher, Paintball News. Back in the day, there was you go out to your field and you just pick up this newspaper. A player didn't have to pay a penny for it, but you open it up, tells you what just happened, what was coming up, where the big games were, what was for sale, where all the fields were. There was a map showing you where all the fields were across the U.S. Just about as cool as it could be. And Juvie's not doing real well right now, and so Rainey, her husband, is looking after her. So our prayers go out to both of you. I love you guys. We go way, way back. Very cool. So get better, Juvie. And then Jerry Braun. Jerry Braun had Paintball Sport back in the day. I have Paintball Sports Field in New York right now. Randy Camilla, he was the editor for APG back in the day. Gave me my very first cover shot, actually. A great guy. Worked for years and years and years for paintball. Terrific guy. Teacher down in LA. So, go from paintball to teaching. That's a step. So, but anyhow, I could do it too if I knew how to spell anything or pronounce anybody's name or any word actually for that. But anyhow, and then Ross Alexander, my very first sponsor, Line SI, the Bushmaster, absolutely terrific guy. Jim Lively, two events he wanted to do every year. Jim Lively's Masters, Jerry Braun's World Cup. Man, it was like, I thought a lot about that when I went down to the World Cup here, and the same thing when I went to Tim Schloss's, the last WCPL tournament. Man, all my friends were there for the years and meeting new people. I can't even tell you how cool that is. That is just one of the coolest things that there ever is, because sit and look around. Now, we all have friends. There's no doubt about it. But how many of those friends come from paintball? If you were not in paintball, how many of those friends would you actually know and actually be excited to see? Okay. I got a lot of friends. Some I'm excited to see, some not as excited. But I won't get into that. That's a whole nother show. And that's going to be a 3-hour show when I talk about that. And then Gino. I mentioned Gino earlier. I got to hang out with Tracy Perez down there. And if it wasn't for Gino, number one, I wouldn't know Tracy Perez. Number two, Bill and I did a fundraiser for Tracy and raised almost $7,000 to help her with her doctor bills and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. Paintball again. And then one more thing I want to mention is Mark Gong Jr. and Jaden Gong. They play for the Hermans. It's another Young Guns team that I started with way, way back, a few years ago when you didn't hear about any kids teams. We started talking together, and I had them on the show a couple times. It was pretty cool. Great kids. These Young Gun teams are just absolutely terrific. So I'm done. All right, now I'm tired. I got to go take a nap. All right. Anyhow, let me go ahead and bring Billy out here real quick. Come on,
You're
Bill.
you're never done, Fred.
You know, that's stuck. I wake up in the middle of the night talking. It's weird. I don't know what it is. Going, check that guy. Check him. Oh, no. What's going on, man? So my wife is slapping me around a little bit. So, but anyhow, that's another show. Man, I'm lining these shows right up here. Pretty cool. Yeah. So anyhow, we got some great people on here tonight.
I've seen that.
I got a couple of good looking girls. Kind of hurts us guys, but you know, you gotta just do it sometimes. That's all there is to it. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, they're great interviews, but they're good looking.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see what the schedule is going to be for the WCPL. That's going to be
It's very close. It's very close. You know, Tim's is going to be. Actually, I can tell you a couple of them.
Yep.
Sure, I can. Tim's is going to be. Can I read it? That's the ticket. Tim's is going to be the 12th and 13th of October. Last year, it was the 14th and 15th, but obviously each year time shifts around.
Yep.
Mine's going to be in August. It's going to be August 5th and 6th, I believe. Where am I at? Yeah, I'm going to keep the same dates. I might take it to Texas, the northern one. The southern one is obviously going to be down at SC. I'm really looking forward to doing that. And then we're working on Danny's right now. Danny's is a Florida tournament, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to get away from spring break, which they have, and now they don't want to step on. There's a couple of things. Monte Casino's coming up the third week in April, so we're trying to do the second week in April, because what we try to do is keep 7 to 8 weeks in between the tournaments, so it gives guys time to put the money together and to travel and everything like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the deal. So poor Bud got screwed up again, huh? He was so he texted me. He was so excited yesterday. Oh, I can't wait to come on. Because I haven't been on for 2 weeks. That was kind of bad planning on my part, putting both my flights on a Tuesday. I'm going, oh yeah, it was pretty smooth.
Yeah. His dog Razor got tangled up with his other dog Bella on the collar, and he tried to separate him, and they ended up biting his hands. So now he had to go to the emergency room, and his hands are all taped up like a mummy, and he can barely punch anything on the phone.
I know, yeah. He's actually watching right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's watching. Let me see. Oh, he was. He popped off. Oh, well. Anyhow, let's bring out our guests. We got some pretty good guests here tonight. I'm going to talk a little bit about the WCPL, and I want to talk about what just happened at the NXL down there, because Tommy put on a great show. He treated me well. It was absolutely cool. So
it was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And my team won. My buddies won, man. Dynasty won. And if everybody out there doesn't know, Ollie Lang, Ryan, Alex Frazier, all these guys started on my field. They were all kids, man. They all started on my field playing paintball. Yeah. So we all have history when it comes to that. So pretty cool. Well, let me bring out the ladies first.
Yep.
I'm going to start with, I call her Gasoline. I call her Dynamite. I actually, anything that's explosive actually will fit this lady. But I think she's great. I think she's great for paintball. Oh, my goodness. Now, she calls herself Butterscotch. I call her Cheryl Ellis. Pack Rat. Is that what that means in Mohammed?
No, that's her new name is Pack Rat.
Oh, Pack Rat. Oh, so Butterscotch. Is that French? I'm not sure.
It's French for Pack Rat.
I got it now. Okay, please, everybody, welcome Pack Rat. Better, a.k.a. Cheryl Ellis.
Hey, boys. So before we start, I have to know, are we doing the late night version, or is this the regular version of the show?
Oh, this is the regular version. No, the late night. Yeah, the late night version. That one's coming pretty soon, but
okay, I'll put the tequila away. Away.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, the late night version's coming pretty soon for those Gosh, you remember that. Very, very few people know about that, but I'm going to do one starting the first of the year. And it's going to be a late
Yes,
night, and
please.
it's going to be a gloves off. It's going to have David Bell from Bueloader, Gino from Velcom. I've got my first show is it's going to be pretty cool. Yep, pretty cool.
No, they were talking about the late night in the chat. Everybody's excited. They can't wait for it. So.
Yeah, it's going to be good, but it's not a kids show. It's not going to be a kids show. I try to keep this as a kids show. That's why I don't drink. Oh, so what's he do? He gets something to drink. Oh,
it's water.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Hey, Bill, good to see you.
Vodka's clear too,
Yeah.
So
yes,
anyhow, let's.
Those rum.
Yeah.
Sambuca.
Did you call me a rummy? Did you call me a rummy? No. Okay.
No.
Anyhow, I want to bring out another terrific lady. I'm very glad I got to meet her. And the first time I had her on, I thought she was in a library, but no. She's got a ton of books behind her. And, I was going to get the 8 comic books I read and put them behind me, too. But I just thought, no, I'll wait on that. I didn't want to show her up or anything like that. Please, everybody, welcome Jackie D. See, I pronounced your name right, huh?
Close enough. Yeah. It is my library. So, yeah, this is my house. But it happens to be right above my internet router. So it's really the best place to do this from.
Oh, it's very impressive. It really, really is. It's very impressive, actually. Have you read most of those?
Well, all 4 walls are actually like this, and I've read probably a third of them and counting.
Wow, really?
I keep buying more, so I don't think I'll ever actually have read all of them at any point.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I usually start the last chapter, so that way I know I get through it.
Well, you know how it ends.
Yeah. Bottom line. So anyhow, we got one more guest I want to bring on. This is the first time this gentleman has been on the show. These beautiful ladies have been on before, and I am very, very happy to welcome them back. They're great. You guys are going to love them tonight. But right now, I want to bring out Mr. Ricky Williams. What's going on, Ricky?
Not much.
I was just telling Ricky in the green room, I had a construction company for like 20 years, and I had a partner, and we were 50-50 for years. His name was Ricky Williams. So that was pretty interesting. You're better looking than he is, but other than not that I think guys are good looking. Oh, God, why did I even say that?
I know.
Why did I say that in front of Cheryl?
I know.
Should have just shot myself. No. So, Ricky, we're very glad to have you on. We're going to get to the ladies in a minute, but you're the new guy on the block here now. And what we do is we always ask everybody that comes on first, how did you get started in paintball?
The first time I played paintball was a work event. It was 2001. I was a technician at Lexus, and we all went out for like a team building thing and played paintball. And at that time, our CFO went out and bought an Angel and just destroyed all of us with Titmans. And I said, I'm never going to lose in paintball again. Then I instantly went out and got I bought a Spider. I used it for like a week, and then got an Impulse. And then after 4 months, I was playing X-Ball tournaments.
Do you like X-Ball?
I love X-Ball. I have a love and hate for X-Ball. I miss the 15 balls a second. I thought at 15 balls a second, more of the natural IQ paintball players shined more than now. But I still love X-Ball. I just finished this season up. I played 3 of the 5 events in semi-pro. I had to miss 2 for personal reasons. But I mean, I love all paintball. I played WCPL for the first time, which I had an absolute blast at. It was probably the funnest tournament I've ever played.
Oh, very
and
cool.
I think I played 11 tournaments this year and 15 last year. So
Wow.
It definitely ranked up there pretty high.
Yeah,
but
it absolutely does.
I love all aspects of paintball. I'm really in love with 10-man. It's such a blast. Just getting involved.
You're right about, all aspects of paintball are good. The X ball is good. Just every bit of it's good. It's just it's just different for different folks. Anybody can play X ball, but anybody can't be good at it. You got to be fast. You got to be accurate. Yada yada yada. You're talking about the 15 balls a second. I do that, but that's the balls falling out of my pod trying to put it in my hopper. So and it's more than 15 balls a second.
The crazy thing was, at 15 balls a second, I shot less paint. I played Snake and only went out with like 4 tubes. And now I play Dorito Front and I take out 6 or 7.
So when you played the WCPL, was that your first woods ball?
No.
No, okay. You started in woods ball?
No.
No?
I played one time in woods ball for that company thing, and then went and started playing X ball. Actually, my first air ball experience was at Splatter Park here in Ohio, and it was against Paul McCord from Aftershock and my buddy Josh Brown, and they pretty much just ran me through the ringer until I could make it from the start box to a bunker.
That's how you do it. Practice is everything, man. We used to play. We would go out. We'd go to a tournament when we were 15 man. We'd go to a tournament. We would go 2-3 days early, and we would go out to the field and we would run the field, both sides, and we would take half the team here and half the team there to see which bunkers we could get to and which bunkers would be, that you just wanted to leave alone and work on a different bunker. So, in X ball right now, it's kind of when they go out there, the field's set just exactly like it's going to be during the thing, so it's pretty interesting. I like the X ball. I think it's great. And it's very exciting to watch too. And, like I said, I got a lot of friends that play X ball. Just as, the woods ball stuff is, it's kind of more like especially for the older guys, like we have the band, and we love going out and playing, and, we still have a great time doing it, period. And it's just good. X ball, we could probably go do it. We get the crap shot out of us, but
it takes a lot of conditioning.
It absolutely does, and the band, our conditioning is like chili cheese dogs. We jog from like one restaurant to the other. So
we flew down the week before Cup and practiced at Tiki's 10 hours a day for 3 days.
Oh, did you? Wow.
And then took a day off, and then went and played the practice spot at Cup as well. So
very cool.
By the time Cup came around, we already had 40 or 50 hours on the field. Ironically, like you said, running around the field everywhere and looking at all the shots, I practiced Snake the whole entire time. And then I was like, man, we're just getting the crap kicked out of us. I'm going Dorito side. And they're like, you haven't even played Dorito side yet. But I knew where every shot was from being in the Snake and where I was getting pressured at. And then just played Dorito side, and it was great for me.
Do you know Jim Lively? Have you ever heard of the Masters back in the day?
I've heard of it.
He's a great guy. He's actually watching right now too. Gino's probably watching too. Gino sometimes, he'll watch his show.
He's sleeping.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Yeah, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Gino, if you're watching, this guy just said you're sleeping. Did you watch the show he fell asleep on?
Yes, that's why I said that.
That was hilarious.
Because you kept going, well, and here's Gino's ceiling fan. It's his biggest fan.
Yeah, that was his biggest fan, the one turning up there. Yeah, Gino actually, believe it or not, when he misses a show, he gets up about 4:30 in the morning and watches it. Because then he'll get a hold of me and tell me exactly, he critiques it. Oh, this was cool. Oh, this was cool. So he's Gino and I go back. Gino was just a kid, man, when him and I started. He actually had national paintball with Rick Fairbanks, which you probably don't know any of them guys, but Gino started, everybody thinks he started with $1 gazillion. He started collecting paint tubes out at a field, taking them home, cleaning them up, buying a case of paint, filling them, and selling them. That's how he started. Yep. Everybody
grind.
thinks, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, my hat's off to him. And plus, he's a good guy. He treats me great. Love him. So real quick, I'm going to jump over to Cheryl here. I seen you wandering around. You got your new camera and everything now. Did anybody ever get a hold of you about they knew who stole that camera?
No.
What a I gotta tell you, that is just about as low as you can get.
Listen, it wasn't anybody in our community. I know that for a fact. So
yeah, there was a wedding going on, huh?
Yes. There was a wedding going on. Actually, somebody who worked for the hotel. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it is what it is.
Probably a cheap bridegroom said, "Hey, honey, look what I got you for our wedding present," and gave him your camera.
Actually, the bride passed away the week after the event.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Yes. They got married on Saturday. She died on Thursday.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you know of what?
No, I didn't inquire any further. I said, wow, that's tragic. My condolences, and take care. There's nothing to say to that after,
Yeah, really.
So I let it go. I let it go. But I'm grateful and I'm blessed that everybody in our community did everything they could to find out whatever information they could. I know that there were people, Bill, I'm sure you know some of the people, and Tim knows some of the people.
We all felt bad about it, So. Yeah, we felt bad.
It's my own fault. It's my own fault. I'll say it over and over again. I gotta own that mistake, and it's okay.
I just hate a thief. Okay, I'm not afraid to say it. I hate a thief. Period. I don't like people that have to steal.
Yeah.
Maybe because I worked my butt off all my years to get what I wanted. Instead of stealing it. I just think that's low. But I won't get into that. So you took a lot of pictures at Cup down there. I seen you roaming around with John. So did he cut you loose, or did he keep a tag on you all the time? Or?
No, not at all. Actually, John was only at the field, I think, for maybe an hour or two on Friday. The dust was so bad. He had a sinus and a lung infection that he was dealing with. So the dust at the field, he couldn't hang. So.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
I was free.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you take care of business. That's for sure. There's no doubt about it. But did you get a lot of good pictures for him?
I think I probably got about 4,000 or 5,000 shots.
Oh wow! Yeah, because you got that new camera.
Maybe 20 of them are good. But
yeah, you had that new camera. It was pretty good.
No, I got home. I sold it. I didn't like it. We'll buy another one.
Oh really?
Yeah, really. I didn't like it. It was too slow for my taste. That's okay.
Yeah. Well, what was wrong with it? Don't mention the name.
It was a Sony, an A7.
Don't mention the name. Anyhow.
Why not? I had a Sony before. It was just a better one. No, it only shot about 5 frames per second, which shooting X-ball, that's not going to cut it. So I told everybody it's sort of like, what's that?
John said he had something that was shooting how many frames a second?
Oh, that's the new A9. Yeah, that one does 120 frames per second.
That's what I thought. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
There's some great equipment out there.
I know. That's amazing.
You don't like an A7. I'm on an A7 III right now.
Okay. So you know what I'm saying. I bought an A7, the 2.3. Take that to Cup. Come on now. It's like taking a Spider RT on the field. But
okay.
No, it was fun. It was fun. I had a great time. Met a lot of cool people as always. I think the highlight of the weekend for me was Chanel Rafey. Did you hear about her?
No.
Oh, somebody here has to have heard of her. She was the cheerleader over at the pro field. She was giving it to.
Yeah.
You heard about her? She was giving it to Blast Camp.
Yeah.
That was the highlight of my weekend.
She did the chant like, "We're from Texas and you're from Indiana, so you'll lose again," or something like that.
She had all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I heard about it.
You know, she's actually an attorney.
That's probably
I
why
got
no
to
one
talk to
messed with
for
her.
a while.
You know?
But no, she was living proof of why Texas has a reputation for cheerleaders, I suppose.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
that was a great
Dallas
time.
Cowboy cheerleaders. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Jackie, you've been sitting there so nice and patient, man. I got to tell you, you were at Cup. You got to roam around. You didn't play at Cup though. Cheryl didn't play, and you didn't play, right?
I did
You
play.
Oh, did you? Who'd you play with?
I played with the Leftovers 10v10. We made it to Sunday Club and got bumped out in the second round of playoffs. So
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was playing airball, which is usually not my jam, but it was fun.
What'd you think of it?
I mean, I showed up with my mechanical marker expecting to play on the mounds. So that's that lasted briefly. Somebody else put a better marker in my hands. So thank you, Roland, by the way. And it was fun. It was a good time. I really enjoyed it. It was a great group of guys that I played with. I didn't really know most of them, but we meshed really well. It was fun. We had a good time.
That is very cool. Yeah, because I seen you just walking around, so I thought you were just there hanging. You know.
I did that too. That's why I don't know if you noticed when I gave you a hug, I smelled terrible because I was wearing the shorts and other stuff that I had played in. I just put the t-shirt on over.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I was sweating so bad.
Oh yeah, you know? Cool, because it was pretty awful.
Oh really?
So I smelled like I had played.
No, I was sweating bad, man. I smelled like the north end of a horse going south. But yeah, you know.
Well, maybe it wasn't just me. I thought it was me.
That was great. I liked the picture we took together. That was a cool picture. Yeah, I like that one. That was pretty sharp. But yeah, I didn't even know you played. That was very, very cool. So did you go down there to play or did you hook up when you got there?
I ended up down there because somebody in St. Louis asked if I was going to Cup, and I went, my checkbook does not approve. And he goes, well, I'll pay. And I thought he was just drunk talking, but he contacted me, sent me boarding pass, put me up, like got me a team to play on. Like, okay, that was awesome. And I super appreciate it. I think you might want to remain anonymous, but it was a real blessing to me. It was my first World Cup. Everything was perfect. So I had an amazing weekend.
Yeah, I know who he is, but I'm not going to say his name either. But that was very, very cool of him to do that.
It was. It was so cool.
It was. And you know, you and Cheryl just walking around, you guys are, like, when I say you're good for paintball, I really, really mean it. Your attitudes are just absolutely terrific. That's right, Cheryl. Cheryl, oh, she teases me relentlessly. Oh, gosh,
debatable.
Yeah. I mean, I smile. I go back to the motel crying. But anyhow, that's another story. But yeah, they, what you ladies do, because paintball, the way it's going to grow is just exactly how you guys act. Like everybody on the show acts. Is you go out and people that don't play paintball, because there was a lot of people down there that were not playing paintball. They were just spectators, period. Same thing at the WCPL. And, they see you guys walking around smiling, having a good time. They see you guys coming off the field, not griping or anything like that. They're going to think about doing it. But, they see some of these guys come off swearing, yelling, and all this other stuff. They're going to go look for another sport. They're not going to try paintball because they don't want anything to do with that. Yeah. So I think that's just a major, major plus. And plus, it was really cool seeing you guys there. When I talk about back in the day going to World Cup, which was Jerry Braun's back in the day, going to World Cup and then going to Lively's Masters, that's exactly what it was like. Is people that you normally would not see would be there, and it was just beyond cool. Absolutely love it. So Cheryl,
yeah,
go ahead. It's your turn. Talk. Yeah.
Do you want another cup story?
Yeah. Wait, what's in the glass?
I will tell you. I think you were talking about Chris earlier in the Maui Misfits. Shooting the youth league this year was a lot of fun. It wasn't as big as last year.
No,
but
I think they had 18 teams this year.
Yeah, but it with the smaller crowd, actually, I found it more relaxing, more enjoyable. It was more like, I don't know, more like WCPL. Felt like community.
Yeah. Chris and Nancy are both watching us right now from Hawaii.
Oh, awesome. Hi, guys.
Yeah.
I think that honestly, I'm joking about Chanel when I say that was the best part of Cup for me. She was a good time, but that wasn't the best part. Honestly, I think the best part of Cup for me was on Saturday, watching the parents walk onto the pro field with their kids for their final match. That was such an awesome experience, watching these people just like absorb where they were at and taking it all in. It was really neat to share in that with them. That was a cool experience.
That was very cool. And Nancy, here's Nancy right here. She just chimed in.
Hi, Nancy.
That was a very good way to put it too, and you're absolutely right. You know, last year they had like I think 26 teams. This year they had 18. But to me, you know, that's why the WCPL. You know, I make my cutoff at 16 or 18 teams, and I think this year Tim's is going to be probably 24, 27 because we've got a lot of interest now in doing it. But you know, that's what we try to do is just to take nothing away from the NXL. I think it's a great setup, and Tommy and I've been friends for 30 some years, and he's done a terrific job. It's just a different type of venue, you know. We just like it being just a little bit more personal, you know. And back in the day when we started the NPPL and all of that, it was sort of personal, but it was more of a business, and that's kind of like, you know, it still is, and that's what we try to get away from the WCPL. That's why we had like the meet and greet and you know, at the motel, and you know. And what I like is, you know, you go out in the field, except for one team, which I won't mention their name. You go out in the field and you just you play hard and you want to win. But then when it's all over, you come in, and if another team needs a hand, you give them a hand. You talk to them. You know, it's just that's what I like about our sport, and that's started the WCPL is to bring 10-man woods ball back, and you know, just bring the people together that want to get together and have a good time, man. So, you know, and you played the WCPL, and Jackie, you have too. You guys have both played it. Yeah. You guys were actually both at Tim's, weren't you?
We were this year and last year.
Yeah. Who did you play with there, Cheryl? Were you with the Valkyries?
I was with the Valkyries, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of you were with the Valkyries, weren't you?
Yep.
Got it. You're going to play with them again this year?
Yes.
Are you?
I am.
I was there with the Teddies.
Yeah, you were. Absolutely, yeah. Matter of fact, I think Jacob hung up, walk off WCPL World Class Paintball League way. Let's see, here we go. This is Jacob right here. Hug it up, huh? Whoa, Jacob, I got to tell you. Yeah, Jacob is going to go to Monte Casino this year and be Dan's XO underneath him.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. Yes, he is. So, yeah.
It's going to be funny.
Yeah.
That's going to be funny.
Good.
Bill, spill the beans. Why is that going to be funny?
Oh, it'll just be humorous for it. It'll. I don't think he's enjoyed that type of game before. You know, he's played plenty of scenario games and stuff, but this is more of a laid back game, and I think he's actually going to enjoy it. So.
Oh, cool.
So you don't have to overwork anything. You just go out and you just have fun. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So,
what you're saying is there will be shenanigans? Is that what you're saying?
There's always shenanigans, but I'm just saying it might be easier for him to walk to the starting base than everybody else. It's a long haul, ain't it, Fred?
Way too long for this kid. Matter of fact, I borrowed a golf cart to get out there.
Yeah, it's so funny.
But they wouldn't let me play in it. That's what sucks.
Everybody that's just a little bit up in their age, they only have one complaint. It's like the field's too goddamn big. You know,
it's huge. Yeah, it's huge. You know,
if they would have had to play Oklahoma D-Day, you know, that's over 800 acres. This is only 256 acres. You know.
I mean, I started in Illinois. Next thing I knew, I seen a sign that said Missouri 3 miles. And I'm like, what the hell is this? So yeah, it's a big field.
Yeah.
So you guys, you ladies you're going to play the WCPL again, I guess, this coming year, right? because the Valkyries are going to be going there.
Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, I can.
I know that there's already been talk about Southern California. There's a group of us that want to get together and go. I don't know that we'll have. Yeah, I don't know that we'll have a large enough group to do it as the Valkyries, but we're trying to.
Have you ever seen SC down there? The field?
I have not. That's a bucket list field for me.
No, but I heard it's amazing.
Huge.
That's not even the word for it.
Has Ricky been there? Ricky, have you been to SC?
Nope. The only place
Geo.
I've been, trying to think where we played Cup or not Cup. We played at the Home Depot Center in 2007 for X-Ball. That's the only time I've been out to California to play.
Oh,
And
really?
it was the first time they used turf, and they put it just over the parking lot. So it was
Ew.
amazing.
Ooh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it is terrible. It's terrible. There's actually a picture on my Facebook. I'm coming out to snap shoot on Dorito side, and I ripped the regulator off my Dynasty Shocker. And so
Oh,
I'm just
wow.
like, and I'm like, oh my God, this just happened. And there was still sideline coaching then, and it was right in front of Gridlock's pit. And they're like, his gun's down. And so I like hold it to where it looks like my gun's together, and then I just start coming out of the Dorito going, ah! Ah! And then they realized my gun was down, and I ate it.
And so were you then, yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. When you go down there, you're going to be blown away because, Gio, the guy that owns it, he collects statues because, he works down in part of the movie business down there also. And he collects some of these statues he's got out on the field are 30 feet tall. I mean, it's just crazy. It's absolutely amazing.
I would get in
Does he
trouble
have
playing
Bob's
there.
Big Boy? Why do I think he had Bob's Big Boy? The hamburger guy?
No, he doesn't have that.
Oh, okay.
Although he might. You never know. He's got stuff stashed away everywhere. He still has, Bud Orr started down there. I don't know if any of you guys know that. Probably none of you were born then. But anyhow, that's where Bud started, was down there, and Bud's shack is still there. Yeah, he still has the same shack that he started in down there at SC Village. So if you go down there, obviously I'll be there because it's going to be my tournament. But I'll take you around and I'll show you guys. The field will blow you away. I mean, he has so many different types of fields there. It's just absolutely incredible. Really, really is. And it's good time too. It's a great place to play. And we're going to do the tournament the 10th and 11th of February. So if you get a chance ahead of time, you're going to want to go down to SC and check it out and go play the fields because it's.
He's got one of the field. What's it called? Fred, is it Beirut or?
Yeah.
And it's
something like that.
It looks like the real deal.
It really does. There's like 14 or 15 fields there. Matter of fact, when I went down there a couple of months ago, Bud and I went there, and he was breaking in 2 new fields that they had just built over the top of all the other damn fields he's got down there. So we got to go out there. I went out there with the clown posse and stuff, and we had a great time playing out there. It was pretty cool. Matter of fact, I got shot and I come off the field, and Bud Orr's got a rag and he's wiping my face off and my goggles and stuff like that. And that's what Mean Gene goes. He goes, man, you know you're important when you got Bud Orr wiping you off like that. It was hilarious. People were snapping pictures of that everywhere. It was great.
Yeah.
Had a great time. And Bud, I know you're watching, buddy. I just want you to heal up. And yeah, he wanted to be on tonight. He was all excited yesterday because I hadn't been on the last couple of weeks. But yeah, you got to stay out of them dogfights. That's for darn sure.
Yeah, that Beirut town, it's multiple storage containers stacked.
Oh, yeah.
And then they've got cars, and there's even clotheslines going across the roads, up high from second story.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
cool.
Oh, it's incredible. Like I say, and the statues he gets, they do these movies, like Cleopatra and stuff. They got all these big statues and stuff. Well, after the movie's shot and stuff like that, he goes and buys them, gets a truck, throws them on the big truck, brings them over and puts them up there. It's crazy. It really, really is. And Gio's one of the nicest guys you'd ever want to meet. He's got a cool field. He's got a couple fields. He also has a Hollywood field too.
Hollywood, yeah.
Yeah, and he also has a field in Texas.
Yep.
So not saying that that's where I'm going to do the Texas tournament, because there's a few fields down there that I'm looking at. You know, Tank's got a field down there too, John Tankersley. And Tank's a really, really good friend of mine too. So we're talking right now.
Can I cast a vote for August?
You go ahead.
Can we go someplace north where it's cooler?
Are you kidding me? I don't like the cold. You know, right now
Nothing's cold in August.
it was like 65 degrees today, and we're all wearing fall weather jackets. So you know, I'm not a cold kind of guy anymore. Yeah. Well,
50.
you know, and you know, I still love the snow. If I want the snow, I can drive to it in an hour and a half. But you know, if I want to go surfing, I can drive down less than a half hour. So you know, that's what's so good about here. I'm just not a big snow guy anymore.
I know one of the girls on our team, Kat, she was real excited about the idea of you doing the NorCal tournament in February, March, because we can, you know, just hop, skip, and jump over to go skiing after we're done playing shooty ball.
It's very close. Actually, it's actually from where I do that tournament, you could be in the snow in 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but no.
SoCal's gonna be a blast, though. That sounds like fun.
It will be, and plus it's a different venue, you know. And I wanted to bring, you know, Gio wanted to do something with me, because you know I was supposed to do some stuff with him last year, and I just did not have time. I was supposed to do a big game with him last year, and ended up going to Andy's Ellie Remember Foundation thing, because I didn't go to that the year before. So it gets confusing as heck. It really does. So this year I got to do it, and that's why I'm not going to probably go to Monte Casino. You know. I'm probably going to go. There's a big game in Texas that I'm probably going to go do. You know, Monte Casino is a lot of fun. Joe Schnelton and his wife Angie are terrific people, absolutely terrific. So, but you know, the problem is you can't be everywhere all the time.
Yeah,
that's what sucks. You know, back in the day, I was gone probably all but maybe 7-8 days a month. I was on the road the rest of the time, and this went on for like 12 years. So it was a grind, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, it absolutely was a grind, and everybody thought, "Oh God, I'd love to do that, man! Fly everywhere, stay in motels, and you know, eat in restaurants." And it's cool when, like I do it now. I only do it once a month now, maybe a couple times a month at the most. But it's not like I have to do it, fly from one place to another place and stuff. So now I'm enjoying it again. This is what I absolutely like to do. And, you know, and plus I got to meet Cheryl. I got to meet Jackie. I got to meet Ricky, you know. If it wasn't for paintball, I wouldn't know you guys. Not at all. So I think that, you know, that's one thing that I absolutely love about the sport of paintball, is just that. And that's why I like the WCPL. And that's why I'm glad all three of you are going to be doing at least one of the WCPL tournaments this coming year.
At least one.
I think I'm signed up for all of them.
Yeah, Jacob probably is going to do them. Tracy Perez. How you doing, Tracy? Stopping by to say hi and love you guys. We love you too, sweetie. I was just talking about you earlier, telling everybody how Gino turned us on to you and how we did the fundraiser and everything, and how great it was to see you down at Cup. Matter of fact, you know, my back is still sore. You hugged me so hard. But anyhow, you know, I could take that kind of pain. I'm tough. So, she did. Oh man, she grabbed me and I'm like, oh. That's a strong girl. Love you, babe. You know that. So, Ricky, you're going to play with Toxic Teddies this coming season, correct?
There's a bunch of big Teddy stuff going on. That's about all I can say right now. But
he wants to say it so bad, and he can't. He's like,
I've offered myself to Jacob to help him increase and expand the Teddies, and so these couple months of off-season time, that's what we're trying to do. So hopefully you see us in multiple formats. If
well, you know, you can do
that
that.
wins anything.
Yeah, Yeah, well, what you're going to do is, if you're going to expand the team, then you can split up and do different things, without everybody being together. Because if you do it all together, you take my word for it, it's a grind.
I know. I played all but one ICPL this year, and then I think I missed 2 NXLs. And I played
you had a busy
5-man in a
busy year.
couple. So I think I played 11 tournaments this year, and I think I did 15 last year. So yeah, it's a grind.
We have a lot of interest in the Southern California one already. Probably because it's at SC Village, and plus people are really starting to understand now. The WCPL, what we're all about. Just trying to get everybody together and bring some fun back into paintball.
Yeah,
not that the NXL isn't fun, because it absolutely is. I had a great time there, and Tommy, I love you, buddy. But it's just something different for everybody. We just I like it. I'm glad I'm part of it. So.
It's more family is what I kind of got out of it. I said I've only played one. I can't even tell you how many NXLs. I've been an X-ball junkie my life. But that's so much more focus on the prize driven in NXL land.
Yeah.
And it's really not like, hey, you played really good, or hey, you should try this next time, or hey, we're shooting this lane, why don't you try that?
Yeah.
So like for me, it was a relief just talking to younger players that weren't as seasoned as I am, with 20 years of playing, and helping them out. But on the same thing, or on like kind of flip side, kind of relaxing as a player some, and just having fun while playing, instead of like, all right, I've been practicing for the last 3 months.
Yeah.
I've been practicing for the last 3 months, 10 hours every Saturday and Sunday. I've done this slide out to the Dorito corner 946 times. It kind of takes some of the just like childish joy out of the game, but
right. Well,
I still love it just for the competition part.
Yeah, it's all good. We just like I say, we're just a little different venue. I've been working on my slide too. I'm building a vest with wheels on it. So so when I hit the ground, I'm hoping it'll work. So I might market that.
The slides were so bad for me. I had food poisoning, and there's like two or three times on the webcast you can see me lift my mask up, and the refs are like, dude, it's coming out, and he's like, oh yeah, go get off the field,
Okay, real quick story. We go over to England and play, right? This is way back in the day. So we're over in England, and I have my co-captain. His name is Bart Hildebrand. He's passed away now. God rest his soul. Anyhow, we're over there, and the night before, we're out. We got the guys from Scotland, Gary. I got a million friends over there, believe me. Anyhow, we're out, and they're drinking. Okay.
Oh, no.
And he comes up to me. He goes, Freddy, you want to make some money? I go, what's that? And he goes, I'm going to bet I can outdrink these guys. And I go, buddy, I said, these guys have beer in their cereal for breakfast. I said, they're going to kill you. Freddy, you've watched me drink. So anyhow, make a long story short, half hour later, he's under the table. He's gone. So the next day, they bus us out to this field. So we're in this bus. So he's riding like this, So we get out there, and they were going to put all the Americans. There was like Tim Schloss was with me too. There was like I think 26 of us, and there was over 200 of the English and Scots guys there, right? So anyhow. So I run up, the game starts, and we had to take all of them on. So I run up, I get behind a bunker, and I'm shooting away. And my co-captain comes up, and he slides in and starts puking everywhere, right? So anyhow, so I'm like, oh, God. So I almost start throwing up. So I run to the next bunker, right? And then he follows me to the next bunker. Make a long story short, we did this for 3 bunkers. And I finally get shot out. And after the game, these guys all come up to me and go, man, those were some gutsy moves. I didn't have the heart to tell them I couldn't stay there because I was starting to throw up too. Oh, man. Yeah, I had some great times over there. Absolutely. Matter of fact, the very first time we played over there, we played on an abandoned airfield, and the Bobbies actually came out there, and we had a very close friend of mine. He's passed away now too. He was a court magistrate, so he was a judge over there, and his name was Paul Wilson. And anyhow, he got the Bobbies all calmed down and they left, but they were going to arrest all of us. So then when we finally flying out, there was the three of us, and we're sitting there waiting for our flight. And all of a sudden, here come these three Bobbies, you know, and one of them's got a gun, and, you know, they don't carry guns over there, you know, the Bobbies. And so anyhow, he goes, you Mr. Schultz? I go, yeah. He goes, will you come with us? They take us in this it was a big round concrete thing, and they had guards on the upper level. They had every piece of our paintball stuff and our clothing laid out systematically all over the floor. It was almost didn't even let us go. We were going to arrest us until they found out, you know, we had to sit and tell them. And it was all over the CO2 and the guns because, you know, they were illegal back then. So, and it's still that way over in Australia. So it's over there. They got to keep everything in a safe, your paintball gun in a safe.
In the early 2000s, I had quite a few air tanks disappear from TSA.
Oh yeah.
Disaster.
Yeah, you got to take the reg off them. You can't ship them with the reg on. You got to take that reg off, or otherwise you can kiss that tank goodbye. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
You guys ever hear of a guy named Tim Schloss? Tiger Stripe camouflage?
I told him I got to get some camouflage from him.
What's up, Timmy?
You got me laughing. I was thinking about Bart. Remember, he was.
You were there.
They wouldn't let him on the bus because he was so sick. He had to ride behind the bus in a car.
Oh, he stunk so bad. Oh my God. Yeah, remember that? Because I was telling everybody it was like what we took on like 200 guys or something, or maybe more than that.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, they've never seen nothing like us, man. But they never saw anything like you the night before when you walked into the pub with those sunglasses and that cowboy hat.
Yeah, they liked that, didn't they?
Oh my God, that was hilarious. That was hilarious. I was thinking about it. So I was going through a bunch of pictures today. I got a picture of us sitting in that coach when we went to Germany.
That was terrific. Yeah, we got some stories. Yeah, we have to get together and tell these kids some of these stories sometimes. It was. We had one gun too. Him and I were behind a bunker in another game there, and we were taking the guys on, and we both had. You had your Phantom, didn't you? No, the Bushmaster. Okay, my Bushmaster went down. My Bushmaster went down, so they're coming in from two sides. So Tim would take a few shots at the guys coming in then, and he'd reach over and hand me his marker over my shoulder. I'd shoot my guys a few times. They called it 2 Men and a Gun, and they did an article on it over there.
Oh, I got it. It was pretty good. It was funny.
Oh yeah.
I was just laughing, but no, looks like you guys having fun. Daryl Ellis looks like a star sitting there, man.
Yeah, both the women, aren't they beautiful?
Oh, I'm telling you what, man, you got a couple of new faces for paintball. What's the deal?
I know it sucks, but look how bad I look now. God.
I'm telling you, man. This Beauty and the Beast here.
I wouldn't go that far. Well, maybe I would.
Well, let's get back to the show. I think my buddy's watching. If Dave Bell's watching, just tell him I said hi.
Well, he texted me earlier, and he goes, "How do I get on, Fred? How do I get on?" I told him how to get on. Yeah. Hey, everybody, Dave Bell, he invented View Loader. He's the reason that you have the mechanical loaders now.
Oh, my God, that's fun.
Yeah.
You guys have a great, tell everybody that said have a great Thanksgiving.
I will. Love you, brother.
Happy birthday, Tim.
That was Mr. Tim Schloss, everybody. Yeah.
I still have 2 or 3 12-volt Revies laying around.
Yeah, you know, David Bell, you know, he's the one who invented that. Yeah,
they're
he's the one
bulletproof.
that started. Matter of fact, I got some of the first ones over here that were ever made. And then they made me a special one because back in the day, all my markers were purple and chrome. So everything was purple and chrome. And so I got special loaders for it and everything. But great guy. Great people. But Tim Schloss and I got to tell you, I could do 2 or 3 3-hour shows on his and my travels. We had such a good time. It was absolutely incredible. We had a friend over there, Lord Harry, and we went to dinner at his castle. And when I say castle, I mean, a real, honest to God castle. Matter of fact, we got pictures. I got pictures of me holding a sword that belonged to his great grandfather, that was the admiral for the British Navy. So, yeah, we got hammered that night too. Oh my God. Yeah,
Paintball travels is
So-
some of the
17
best
bottles of port we drank that night, and we drank it out of 16th century crystal. Oh, that was just incredible.
Tell him what Tim did.
No, I can't.
Oh,
We
This
come
is
out.
PG.
We
That's
come
for
out.
the after-hours show.
Yeah.
Nobody could drive, right? Because when I say we were hammered, I'm not kidding either. We all had our tuxes on. I got my tux sitting right here. We all had our tuxes and everything on, and he had paintings that hung on his wall that were 30 feet wide by 15 feet tall. If that tells you how big the walls
Yeah, wow.
were. This is a real castle, not a fake castle, a real castle. And he was part of the Muffs. It was a special team we had back in the day. And so anyhow, we come out and we're all pretty schnockered up because we just went through like 17 bottles of port back then, and it was like $250 a bottle. We were just pouring it down like it was candy. And we come out, right? So we had 4 or 5 cabs, we call it, because nobody could drive anymore. So anyhow, the cabs all pull up and the cab drivers jump out, and Tim runs over because he wants to sit in the front seat. So he jumps in and shuts the door, and the cab guy goes over and knocks on the window, and he goes, "Excuse me, sir, I think I'll drive," because the steering wheel is on the other side. And he's sitting there all hammered. It was absolutely hilarious. But anyhow, that's, like I say, that's another show. But guys, you know what? We've blown through the hour. God, I could sit and talk to you 3, you 4 for all night long, believe it or not. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to bring you guys back on again in the next few weeks. Could we do that?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't hear you, Cheryl.
Always around. We're always around.
Yeah. Like a donut. But you know what? I wanted to get into more things with you guys tonight. But when I start talking paintball, I love it. I absolutely do. And I love having you guys on as guests. I think you guys are absolutely terrific. I think you're fantastic for paintball, period. And I'd like to have you all back on again, and we'll give it another try. Maybe I'll mute myself next time.
I get to heckle more when I'm in the chat. Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, they're hassling you or heckling you?
No, I do the heckling when I'm in the chat. When I'm watching your show and heckling over here.
Oh yeah, I noticed. I noticed. Yeah.
Being a keyboard warrior.
And here's Jacob.
Jacob.
Yes, Jacob. I was pushing
Jacob?
your stuff for you tonight, buddy.
One of my funniest
Y'all made-
paintball memories
That's right.
is because of Jacob.
Yeah, Bill's
So-
in the mail,
No.
Jacob.
My funniest paintball memory of this year was when I went and played the WCPL. I get in really late. I go in my room, and I'm rooming with Hoopty, which you had on the show
Yep.
a couple weeks ago. I'd never met him.
Oh,
We
really?
didn't talk. Yeah, no, we didn't talk much. We're lined up on the start box for the first match. And Hoopty turns to me and he goes, "Hey, you don't do anything weird in your sleep." And then it's like, nah. I was like,
So
What?
he's like sitting there watching you all night?
I don't know. It's like the first.
serial killer.
It's
Well,
right
that would be a
before-
red flag for me.
It's right before our first
He's
match.
sitting here in a chair in the corner of the room, like,
I'm just like, I'm shooting my lane. I'm like, did he just tell me I don't do anything weird in my sleep? And then like we win that match, and he's like, "Yeah, bro, you were on that top bunk. Like you didn't move, you didn't snore, just nothing weird, man." And I don't know. Just every time I
"Hey,
think about
Spell,
that, I laugh.
mate."
Yeah. So then
Yeah, that'd be a little concerning.
I ended up nicknaming Hoopty the Tism because
Yeah,
we don't know
Tism, huh?
we don't know exactly what's wrong with him. So we went
Well,
on this
he
huge.
might have just been looking out for you. Maybe he sat there all night like this, expecting you to roll off the top bunks.
I don't know, but that's one of the strangest things somebody said to me.
He's like a Hannibal Lecter. You know,
Yeah.
he just
That's pretty weird. Yep.
Yeah.
Good material. That's great material. I'm stealing that.
Yeah.
My
we
wife
got
always says.
She always says. Go ahead.
Go ahead. All right. So my wife says, she says every time I go to paintball, I come back different. She's like, "What do you guys do there? You go out and party with girls?" And I'm like, "Nah." Hoopty said I don't do anything weird in my sleep, and it just kind of messes with me. I don't know.
And then I hope you walked out of the room and just left her wondering.
I did.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that.
That's like poor Joe Schnelton having to sleep with Andy the first night, then he had to sleep with Hal the second night. It's like horrible.
Yeah, I don't room with nobody. Period. Yeah.
It was funny,
If my wife's not with me, I get my suite and I just all by myself.
I used to sleep in the bathtub.
Their rooms were on the other side of the hall. And they said we were making noise like 2 or 3 in the morning. They're like, "What in the hell is going on in there?" And we ended up getting in a sock fight. And I'd thrown a sock at Hal.
What Timmy told me, we had Neil Martin from Australia come over for Timmy's event there in St. Louis, right?
This is even funnier, yeah.
This is great, yeah. So anyhow, Neil stayed at Tim's house. So in the middle of the night, Terry, which is Tim's wife, love Terry. Anyhow, she got a cramp in her leg, right? So she's laying there going, oh my God, oh my God. And Neil said he was just laying there like this. When they were telling me that story, man, I was dying. It was just hilarious.
Oh, God, dang it.
Poor guy. Well, on that note,
we have a new segment coming up called Paintball After Dark.
And we're rolling right into After Hours with Mr. Fred. No.
Yeah. Neil came and stayed with us for a week after that. And we spent one day shooting any kind of firearm he wanted to shoot. So he picked a 50 cal. And so me and Hal set it up, and he went up to the table and shot it, and that scope came back and nailed him right between the eyes, and blood was just running down, and Neil goes, that's a good memory.
He's a great guy, I got to tell you. He's a terrific guy. And, they watch us they watch us show in like 10 different countries. Because they get a hold of me all the time afterwards, and he's one of them. Him and Brian DePere. Let me see here. Poor Bud. Yeah, I guess Bud's not on now.
No.
Yeah, well, I'll have to call him. Yeah, he wanted to be on with these guys so bad tonight.
It's hard to when you're like this.
What do I do with my hands?
Yeah, I know. Well, you make some turkey. Here, you got it.
Oh, it's gonna make things carving the turkey raw.
Oh, there you go. You'll like a scary movie. Kathy will do it. Yeah, his wife.
Yeah.
What's going on, Mark?
Hold on to my hand.
All right, guys. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to invite you all back on because we kind of went off the rail tonight a little bit. But I got to tell you, I enjoyed talking to you guys. I could do this all night long. Absolutely, very, very cool. So I am going to start with you, Cheryl. I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody, and I want to have you back on again. And I definitely enjoyed talking to you.
I'm just going to leave you with, when you get to Texas, make sure you contact Chanel. She can be your girl next year.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, you know what? Now that's going to haunt me all night because I'm going to wonder who she is. Right on.
Chanel Rafi.
Chanel Racy?
Yes.
Could it be
Let me
Racy
know how that
Chanel?
search goes. I want to see those search results later.
Could it be Racy Chanel? No.
Number 5.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Thank you guys.
Ryan.
It's been fun.
Yeah. You know Ryan Courtney, everybody? Because if you don't, you're going to want to meet him. He's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. online. He's terrific. So Ryan, you see all these people on here, man. Hit them up. They're cool. You'd love them. I love it. Be a little aware of Cheryl, but the rest of them are.
It's not wrong.
All right, Cheryl. Thanks a lot, sweetie, and looking forward to
For
having
the
you back
record,
on again.
I do weird things in my sleep.
I guess I don't.
Oh yeah, something else I'm going to dream about all night now. Well, there's a sleepless night coming up here.
All right, guys. Thank
Bye-bye,
you.
sweetie.
See you later.
See, that's why I don't sleep much. I sleep like 3-4
man.
hours a night at the most. That's all I sleep.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I guess I'm just afraid to go to sleep, especially after hearing all these horror stories now.
Everybody's staring at you.
That's not the first time
let
I've
me
had
tell you,
somebody watch me in my sleep.
If I woke up
weird.
and was rooming with a guy and he was staring at me, I think that would be the end of that. I love it.
Yeah.
Jackie, you're a doll. I appreciate so much you coming on here tonight. You know, next time you just got to, this is like hockey when you talk to us. You just got to put your elbows up and dive in. Just say, shut the hell up and listen.
I could just talk right over you, I suppose. Although if you do the late night one, I kind of want to do that so I can swear on it.
Oh, really?
If there's late night, I have to be on it.
Because you really want to be on that one, huh?
Well, there are stories and things that I probably shouldn't say that like have almost come spilling out. So I mean that would be a much more appropriate venue for it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that after the first of the year. I got the first show lined up, but I will set up. You want an all-girls show or you want a mixed show?
Mixed, because I want to be on it. I've got good stories. I have so many stories.
We can either way is totally okay with me. And just for the record, Wisconsin has paintball fields too. So if you want a really drunken, good paintball time, we're from the land of beer and cheese. So hit us up.
Oh, there you go. We were in New York, and I told Cheryl. She says, well, there's something about having a beer. She had a drink or something. And I says, nah. I says, I've been drinking years. I said, I smell the bottle caps. I said, I'll be up on the table dancing naked. And she started looking for a beer.
Oh, yeah. She'll do that. Cheryl's fun like that.
She's still right here, boy. You can't hide from us, Cheryl.
But it's been an honor, and I'm looking forward to being on again. So thank you.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Jackie. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And yeah, definitely going to have you guys on again. There is no doubt. You ladies are a show by yourself. I love it. All right, bye, Jackie.
Bye.
Ricky, what a couple of great ladies, huh?
Yeah. I think if you do the late night show, it's got to be called The Flagpoles After Dark.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we're going to call it, it's going to be After Dark with Mr.Fred. And, because, I try to keep this, a lot of kids watch this show. I try to keep it toned down on this show. Sometimes it's a little hard, but we do it. So, but, After Dark with Mr.Fred is going to be, that's going to be off the rail. We're just going to talk. We're going to have a good time. And I got to tell you, if you're into laughing, you're going to want to watch this show. So if you're thin-skinned, you might not want to watch it. but it's going to be pretty cool, And I definitely am going to have Cheryl and Jackie on that one. Oh, God, that would be...
I've got a lot of stories of...
Yeah, I bet these girls do, too. I bet it'd be hilarious.
I remember, I think it was World Cup, 05. We took Rufus balls, and we were doing snap shooting drills in the hotel hallway.
Oh, really?
Because we were 8 rooms apart, and so we had our tanks, and the Rufus practice balls were.
Well, Rick, I got to tell you, buddy, I appreciate so much you coming on tonight. I'm going to have you back on again.
I'd love to be.
Okay, did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
Very cool. Yeah, I just I wanted to put you on with these two ladies because these ladies are great. They are they're a kick in the pants. My kind of people.
The first time I met Jackie, I just waved to her and I was like, "You think I can dive through these bunkers?" because the Icy Pail Chicago had a huge pyramid, and
Yeah.
I've got the video. I'll post it on Facebook of me
There you
diving
go.
through it.
Yeah,
I'm
both
like,
these
it's
ladies, their smiles are just incredible.
Yeah,
God, they
yeah.
just melt you when you look at them. Oh, great. So that's why, they talk to me. I look up in the air. I can't look at them. Yeah, I'd be like the old witch, got water poured on her. I'll be melting in front of them. So, but anyhow. All right, Rick. Well, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody, and I want you to come back on again in the next few weeks.
I'd love to come back on. And if
All right.
Jennifer's watching, I didn't forget about your clinic. I've just been really busy, so I'll get a hold of you soon.
Jennifer texted me this today sometime. I don't know. I got a million a day. She texted me today, and she says, "So glad to see you having Ricky on. He's really a nice guy." So, and but Jennifer knows me. I don't put anybody that's not nice on this show. Period. So
yeah, I talked to her a lot.
When it comes to that.
So coming up in my X-Ball career, I was sponsored by Smart Parts, so I got to go to the factory like 3 times a month. And, Tim just beat me into the ground and no, run it this way. No, do it this way. I'm going to stand here and shoot you. Do it this way. So
I was one of the first sponsors. Smart Parts sponsored me when they first started. When they first started making barrels. Yeah, I was sponsored by them for years. And then I got rid of them and went with J&J Barrels, Joe West.
I was sponsored by J&J.
Yeah, very, very. I still have some of the original Fred Schultz J&J barrels down here, still in the package.
Yeah, I played on Ohio Power and was sponsored by J&J.
Yep. Yeah, he passed. He's gone now. He was killed a few weeks ago. Very sad.
Yeah,
so.
I think he wrecked his tractor drag racing it.
He didn't. No. A car hit him. He was at his mother-in-law's doing some work for her.
Oh, and, really? Because
he was coming back and a car hit him. So
all of us heard that it was a drag racing accident.
No, it wasn't.
That's what we heard here in Ohio.
Yeah. Well, it could have been. A Martian could have came down and hit him or something. I'm not sure. So, but I'm gonna say goodbye to everybody, Ricky, and I appreciate very much you being on.
Yeah, I had a great time being on here. Everybody just play paintball. That's all I gotta say.
There you go. Right on. All right, Bill. Great group tonight.
It was pretty humorous.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. So
I think your after hours show's gonna be a pretty good hit.
I think it is too. It's gonna be a hit with me because you know me. I like bowling. I like talking. I just like kidding around. And the people I try to put on this show, they're just great. And plus I like what they do for paintball. If you suck, you're not going to be on my show. If you're not good for paintball, you're not going to be on my show. If you don't suck and you're good for paintball, you're going to be on this show. So real simple. All right, Billy.
All right.
Well, I see everybody's still on. I'm going to pull them up in the green room afterwards, but let me say goodbye to everybody here.
See you, everybody.
All right, everybody. I appreciate we ran a little long tonight, but when you got guests on like I had on tonight, how can you not run long? I could have sat here until midnight. Actually, my time, it's probably midnight on the East Coast already. Getting close. So anyhow, I appreciate very much you guys watching and hanging in there with me. Absolutely love it. So until I will be back again next Tuesday. Absolutely. So until next Tuesday, remember, guys, when we all work together, we can make paintball bigger and better. So till next Tuesday, 7 o'clock Pacific time on Facebook on Flagpole Production. Please play hard, play safe, play fair. Get out there and play paintball, huh? All right. Bye now.